Guys? Back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the S10 Plus. So it's been about a month since I've had it, and I was going to give you guys a brief update and a brief, almost like a review, but not 100%. My perspective and my point of view, if it's worth the money and if it's worth upgrading or switching to it. So yeah, let's get right into the video. So first of all, the phone design, is it a great design? Is it worth? Does it shut out $1,000? Well, I want to say yeah, it definitely is. And so with it shouting $1,000, I think you're gonna have to protect your phone. It's all glass. I think it's running Gorilla Glass. I don't even know, 6 or 7. I don't know. It changes every year to a new number. But it's definitely very, very scary to carry this phone around, in my opinion, because I don't want to drop it and break it. I felt the same thing with my S8 because it was all glass, and I was just afraid of breaking the damn thing and spending so much money. So definitely protect your phone as much as you can, as far as you're willing to go. I personally like to almost carry my phone naked sometimes, but it's, like I said, it's very scary to carry around a phone almost all full of glass. So I always put a screen protector on it, get a case, and I've always gotten a deep brand skin. Definitely recommend deep brand skins. This is not sponsored. I'm just a normal guy here who buys them, but definitely recommend deep brand skins. I bought a deep brand for my S8, and now I bought it for my S10 Plus. It's definitely worth the money. Deep brand skins help protect your phone from scratches, and fingerprints. Definitely, fingerprints are the big thing that definitely protect from it. I got it for both the camera lens and for the phone itself. It creates a good design. You can customize it as however you want it. Definitely recommend these to anyone with any phone, not just the S10 Plus. Just because it looks amazing if you want to customize your phone. And then I got a clear case. You guys remember the unboxing video? I said a little bit skeptical about how it looked and how it felt, but that went away like instantly. I love the case. It's so smooth and comfortable to carry holding your hand. So definitely recommend that case. I'll link it back in the description again if you guys were interested. And the screen protector, I'm actually having a little bit doubts of how it looks. It takes away some of the crystal clearness of the phone, because if you look over here, I'm not sure if it'll come up on the camera here. No, it's not coming up really well, but that's okay. So basically what ended up happening is the screen protector didn't attach to the screen really well, so it left some open air and bubbly look type places on the edge screen, and it really ruined the display itself. You can kind of see a little bit, see on the sides, it's on both sides, so it kind of ruins it a little bit, but it still protects the phone, which is all that matters. I might upgrade to I forget what it's called, but there's like a tempered glass that I saw that actually worked with the fingerprint sensor, so I might upgrade to that later on during the summer. We'll see what happens, but for now the screen protector still works. It's very smooth. I love it. It feels just like it did on my S8, so not too much complaints about it. So definitely still worth it if you're interested in getting that screen protector. So as far as my daily use, I use the phone pretty much all the time. Music is the number one thing I use my phone for. You might be thinking, you spent $1,000 just for music. Yeah, no, not really. But yeah, the music is the number one thing I use the phone for. I'm always listening to music, no matter what I do. I can be playing games or browsing social media. Always have music up and running. So I don't know if that really, it doesn't really express how much it shows how much battery use I'm using in my digital well-being as far as music, which is a little disappointing because it always says I have like 4 hours of use, of on-screen use, but it doesn't calculate how much time is spent listening to music in the background. So that's one thing that's not able to track, which will lead me to talking about the battery. The battery is great. It's fantastic. It's amazing if you use it. I would say depending on how you use it. With me, I always have Bluetooth on because I always have my Galaxy Watch connected to it, and I always have Wi-Fi on. I also always have Dolby Atmos and location on. So pretty much running as much as I can, and I think I have it. If you go down to your device care, oh, that's the wrong button. If you go to device care, you can change what setting you have your power mode on, and I have it. Okay, it changed to medium power saving mode. I don't remember changing it to that. I usually have it to optimized. What it does is it decides how you're using your phone and what percentage you should be, or what power usage you should be using it at. I also had adaptive power saving on. I'm not sure if that's what changed it to medium power saving mode. So I try to get the most out of my battery, but honestly, it still gets me through the day. I have to charge my phone once a day, literally once a day. So either I charge it at night before I go to bed, or I charge it during the day, and it lasts me all the way to the next day in the morning when I have to charge it again. So the battery lasts. Sorry about that. The battery lasts long enough to be able to last me a whole day's use. So no worries on that. There was a couple of days where for some reason, did you see that? That was weird. I don't know why I did that, but there's a couple of days where I did find myself the battery draining a lot without me even using the phone. Like I'd be heading into work with 90%, and I would barely use the phone except for calculator use every once in a while at my job, and I would come out with like 60 or 50%, and I would be super confused as to how I drained that much battery. And I'm assuming it's just Bluetooth and location and all that really drains the battery. And I've also had some issues with my mobile data, so I'm assuming the mobile data issues that I've had with mobile data will drain the battery because it can't connect to the network super well. Okay, look, it just connected to power saving mode for some reason. I'm really confused as to how this optimized power mode works, but that's okay. But yeah, the battery is it's not the best in the world, but it does exactly what I want it to do. So it lasts as much as I want it to last. Some people on YouTube I've seen have it last about 5-6 hours. I don't know how they get it, but it's their use. Everyone's use is different. The fingerprint sensor, I want to talk about that next. As you can see, it works really well, but not always. Sometimes that's one thing I notice as well. There's always a delay when your phone is off to when it goes on. There's always a small delay. That's pretty noticeable in my opinion. I'm not sure there's an update. I saw some videos about an update for the fingerprint sensor. I haven't noticed a big change from when I first got it to now. There's still a bit of a delay there. When you have the phone on, it's instant though. Check it out. That's really quickly. It usually always works. 95% of the time it works. There's a couple times where it has some issues with me not pressing long enough, or me not having my finger on the whole sensor. See, like it did there. It's very nitpicky sometimes, but it does its job. I want to talk about the cameras. I'm not a big camera guy. I don't take a bunch of pictures all the time, but it's nice to have a good camera when you need it. So I've taken a couple telephoto photos, a couple live focus photos, and I took 3 different photos of the same spot where I was standing. One was ultra wide, and one was the standard, one was the 2 times zoomed in, and they both looked great. Both looked high quality. The one standard, for some reason, it looked a little grayed out on the picture. The sky, I don't know why I did that, but it's just a little bit grayed out compared to the other two, and the other two looked more realistic because the sky was blue, or the clouds were blue with the pink, or not the pink, the greenish, or I said green, orange sky. So yeah, but overall the camera is top notch. It's amazing. Definitely a big upgrade from the S8. I'm gonna talk about that next, but yeah, definitely a big upgrade from the S8. And as far as performance as well, as far as those 8 gigs of RAM that you get, it is fantastic. I've been playing many games. I'm trying to try out how much I can push the phone before it starts to either get a little warm or starts to lose its quickness. But it's really good because it saves everything where I've been. Shout out to Regular Show. I love that show. But it's definitely saves everywhere I've been. I'm not sure if it'll keep. Nope, I had to restart FIFA Mobile. I used it earlier today. It's been a little bit since I used it. I'm not sure if it'll keep Fortnite as well. Nope, I had to restart Fortnite, but that's okay. But yeah, it's overall a great phone. Great performance. It does, like I said, everything I want it to do. And definitely, one thing I want to know is definitely customize your phone. Don't let the One UI sit standard because, in my opinion, unless you love it, it looks kind of childish in my opinion. The big icons and the colorful looking icons. To me, it looks a little childish. So I picked a theme. I set the theme, and I also changed the icons. And I have some Google apps that I'm using instead of the standard Samsung apps that come in stock. But yeah, definitely customize your phone. Make it your own. Change it as much as you want. So next I want to talk about, should you upgrade? I would say the S8 or a lower device, so like, or older device I mean. So if I give the S6 or S7, definitely worth the upgrade. Samsung has like a trade in your phone thing. I was gonna do it with my S8, but then I realized I loved my S8. My S8 got me through so much. I went through so much in my S8 for 2 years, so I want to keep it. So I canceled it and I paid the $4,000. But yeah, definitely worth the upgrade, guys. It's such a great phone. The camera quality improves so much. Like I just took or just looking at the photo at the cameras side by side, I saw a big difference. Even though the camera sometimes overexposes the skin tones, it's okay because it's a lot better than it was on the S8 in my opinion. Especially with the back camera. Ooh, having that ultra wide camera and the 2x zoom, ooh, you just can't go back. I can't go back. I go back to my S8 and you can't go back. And as well as the screen, it's more screen compared to the S8. There's less chin. And there's as you can see, there's like no other sensors on top except for the cameras up here, and it's amazing because it's like almost all screen. And compared to going back to my S8, there's like a little bit of bezel, and it just bothers me now. Every time I see some bezel, it bothers me. Like it's we're in a generation now where a phone generation where it's just everything's going bezel-less, and it's just like hard to go back to a phone that has little bits of bezels, and it's honest truth for me at least. So it's hard to go back to the S8 after I've been using the S10 for about a month. One thing I want to say is I forgot to mention the little cutout display here. Is it noticeable? No, not at all. You literally get over it like in like, I don't know, day or two. You forget that it's there. At first it was totally noticeable. I was like, how do I want to hold the phone when I'm watching videos? And one thing I learned is you want to hold the phone this way, because for some reason I don't notice as much when it's in the corner at the bottom right versus at the top left here. You notice it more when it's up there. So I definitely recommend watching your videos like this instead of watching them, with the cutout up in the top left. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end it there. If you guys have any questions or comments, please let me know in the comments below. Do you think it's a great phone if you own the phone, or if you're thinking of switching? Definitely consider it. If you have the S9, I would say, hold off a little, maybe for the S11 or S12. I'm gonna wait till the S12 because I don't think the S11 is gonna change much. I'm gonna wait for the. I heard a little rumor that the S12, or in 2 years, something like that, in 2 or 3 years, Samsung will be able to implement the camera underneath the screen, and that will be the next big changer in my opinion. So first was the fingerprint sensor, and with the little notch there, well, not notch, sorry, the cutout display. Now I want to see the camera go underneath the screen. I would love to see that and see that chin digress or degenerate a little bit less more. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.